And the Celtics have upped it to 12 points, 62-50 right now. Lakers had a lead of 6 points, 26-20 in the second period. Danny Ainge is guarding Magic Johnson. Rambis cutting to the hoop, has his shot blocked by Kevin McHale. McHale is third in the league in blocked shots. Larry Bird. You know, Bird hasn't started a hit yet. If he gets on a hot streak, the Celtics could really open it up. Norm Nixon, watched by Tiny Archibald, starting the second half, and Kareem manages to get inside for two. Pat Riley played his college ball at Kentucky. He was an All-American at the University of Kentucky. Larry Bird from Indiana State against Wilkes from UCLA. McHale. And Rambis gets the tough rebound. Here come the Lakers 3-on-3. Celtics are back on defense, as you pointed out. Lakers have not been able to get that good fast break because of that. Double team Johnson. Open is Wilkes.
And he is open. He was so open he didn't know.
Kareem was more open.
Right. He was so open he couldn't shoot the shot.
Didn't know what to do.
Will somebody please guard me a little bit?
You don't often keep Jamal Wilkes open. 10-point Boston lead. McHale. Ainge now with Magic Johnson. They get to Parrish. Slapped away in a steal. The goggles are off Kareem. They're right about where his mouth is. And he goes in and gets the basket and is fouled. So Kareem was muzzled, you might say, on that foray down the floor.
Now that's your call superb ball handling. A good defensive play here. He got the ball as Parrish started up with it. And I think he surprised everybody, including Kareem.
Kareem has hit his last 4 shots. He is 11 for 18 in the game. And he has the three-point play and 23 points, 4 more than his season's average for Kareem, who's on his way to a big ball game right now, scoring-wise. Danny Ainge hits from the corner. Ainge is now shooting over 50% after struggling in the 30s last year. 50% is pretty good.
Now the Lakers are going to have to tighten up their defense.
Double team, and Bird knocks it away to Tiny. That's a steal for Bird, and a 4-on-2 for Boston. Another turnover. Celtics by 11. 13. Larry Bird can explode at any time, but so can the Lakers. At one point in any game, the Lakers really get their motors running and can outscore a team by 15 points or so. They need it soon. 9-10 to go. Norm Nixon hits the jump shot, and now it's an 11-point lead.
But what Boston has done effectively this half is really almost eliminate the Laker running game. And the Lakers have to now. What happened with you just slow it down, though. It's like a good running back and forth in football. He's always looking to break the play. So the Lakers, they may be under control now, but you know that they're just waiting to pop an 8 or 10-point run.
McHale got free on the other side. 8:38 to go, and they'll call a foul against the Lakers, and it's, or check that, against Robert Parrish of the Celtics. That's Robert's first personal foul. No one is in any kind of foul trouble in the game. No one with more than 2 personals on either squad. Jamal Wilkes controlling outside. 8.5 minutes to go, and a steal. Bird deflected by Rambis, but Tiny Archibald having a fine game. McHale. Bird. Top of the key. And Wilkes. And here come the Lakers running. Down by 13. Lakers have won 16 of 18, and the foul is on Danny Ainge. It's Ainge's first foul, and team fouls now 3 against Boston. Let's watch Parrish's threading the needle to McHale just moments ago. Bird the rebound. We'll try to show that play for you, but Celtics come back with Ainge. Archibald. Open is Danny. Wide open.
Too wide.
I'll tell you, it's kind of a jinx today to have a wide open shot. 7:50 to go, third period. Wilkes from the corner. Jamal Wilkes quietly has 14 points.
And he does in the big games. Always effective and always quietly.
He's only missed 4 shots of the 11 he's taken. Bird. We told you Bird is the best outside shot the Celtics have.
Now, that was a great shot, but the movement he made to get open for that shot was even better than the shot.
Tiny Archibald, meanwhile, has 10 assists in the game. Not bad for an old man of 34.
Now, here's that play that Parrish gets it up top. Nice bounce pass to McHale. Dunk.
The other end, Magic Johnson off the rim. Danny Ainge. Parrish. Parrish just beat Kareem down the floor, pure and simple.
Parrish is a good runner for a big man.
7 minutes to go, third period.
And floor speed is not what's so important, is knowing how to run, when to accelerate, and when to lope.
Nixon missed. Wilkes the rebound and a loose ball.
Affect the Celtics with Robert Parrish. But the thing I noticed is that when Kareem is scoring high, like 23 points, that means the Lakers are not running. And they're best when they're running. Although now what he does is keeps them in the game when they're not running until they can make a burst to get one of those 10 and 12 point flashes.
Magic Johnson, by the way, you want to talk about the Laker guards. They're normally a sharpshooting group. They're 6 for 16 between them. That includes Norm Nixon, who's the best shot of those guards. Kareem, with 6 seconds on the shot clock, is fouled from behind by Kevin McHale, and that is McHale's 3rd personal foul. Jamal Wilkes has 3 for the Lakers.
Did you know that I was at practice yesterday that Kevin McHale and I are both the same size?
What else?
Plus, he has as long arms as anybody in the game. We reach the exact same distance in height in terms of reach.
Bob McAdoo comes into the ball game.
And that's part of the reason that he's such a good shot blocker is long arms, in that you don't have to get as close to the guy with your body to block a shot because of long arms, and so you can block shots without getting the foul called on you.
So people think just because you're 7 feet tall means you're going to be blocking a lot of shots.
But I think having long arms is more important.
Celtics by 13, nearly halfway through this third period, and Michael Cooper tripped up McHale. For Cooper, it's his 2nd personal foul and team foul. That's the 3rd against the Lakers right now. Boston has 4 team fouls. Larry Bird misses. McHale keeps it alive. Danny Ainge looking inside. So Parrish and McHale both in there. McHale started as a forward, has been backing up at center with Rick Roby hurt. Roby has back spasms and hasn't played for 2 weeks.
Now there's a guy that's important to get a lot of rebounds for the Lakers is Magic Johnson, because he runs the break so well when he gets the rebound.
In the corner, Danny Ainge firing away, and Bob McAdoo gets the rebound. McAdoo, the backup for Kareem, off the bench, now playing forward, and we have a Celtic foul, and Michael Cooper will go to the line. Tiny Archibald commits his 1st foul as James Worthy comes into the ball game. Pat Riley says he has a terrific understanding of the game, a great passer. As a rebounder, he's not as impressive, but he can run and he can pass, and he fits in well with the Laker team.
And he's learning how to play man-to-man defense. And Michael Cooper is limping a little bit, and that throws his shooting off.
Don't forget, final round action of the Phoenix Open coming up after this ball game. Celtics lead is 12. Biggest lead, 15. Here in the second half, McHale. This is the turnaround, tipped away. And the Celtics are coming up with the loose balls today. Parrish tips it in.
He stayed with that all the way.
Celtics have been the more aggressive team by far. They're up by 14. Parrish with 17 in the ball game. And Kareem with a long shot misses. McHale is fouled as he grabs the rebound, and it's against James Worthy. This is Dick Stockton along with Bill Russell here at the Boston Garden. NBA is back on CBS, the All-Star game from the Forum in Los Angeles in 2 weeks. And leading up to the playoffs and the NBA Championship Series.
He's
wide open.
He kind of lost James Worthy. He made a couple of real good moves. And
season's high is 12, and the Celtics have outscored the Lakers by 15 when Tiny's been in the game. He has been a big difference.
You know, if you talk about the bench scoring, for example, for the Celtics today, if Tiny came off the bench and Cedric Maxwell came off the bench, so that would be misleading.
You have to look at minutes played. Tiny has played a lot of minutes, but they've responded when he's been in there. Here he's got Parrish, who's triple team, and Bird. Good pass from Archibald. Another assist for Tiny. And Bird has 2 more, 10 points in this third period.
Whoever's guarding Bird, he better say, listen, I'm number 33.
And a foul away from the ball. It's against the Celtics. And they're into the penalty now, so Los Angeles will be shooting 1 in the penalty. Personal foul is on Kevin McHale. That is his 4th personal foul. So McHale in foul trouble at this point with 3:40 to go in the third.
But the guy substituting for him today has been a bit effective.
I would think. There's Maxwell, who's going to come in. Maxwell normally starts. He's been affected by the flu as McHale leads the game with 12 points and 7 rebounds. McAdoo makes 1, and it's 82-65. So the Lakers, if they're going to put on a spurt, better not tarry. Bird, good move on Worthy, but the McAdoo and Magic got a hand on the ball, and Bird's upset.
Because they call a foul on him.
That's why. Number 3 on Larry.
Now what happens with the Lakers, they have a tendency to zone, a propensity to be even more appropriate. And when that happens, a guy like Bird can beat a zone. You overload the zone and you end up with a wide open shot. And it's almost like you should tell the guys, hey, listen, make someone else shoot the ball. Don't let it, because he's their best outside shooter. If they're going to shoot outside, make someone else shoot it.
And that was Riley's intention, to pack the middle in and let him shoot from outside. The Celtics wanted Wilkes inside so he wouldn't be able to get a jump on the break. That's worked. And Rambis away from the hoop, and that has been effective. Danny Ainge with a jump shot. Tipped up. Larry Bird couldn't make the tip, and here come the Lakers with James Worthy. Cooper, good bounce pass back to Worthy, who almost lost the ball. Magic says, let's settle down. Traveling against McAdoo, and the Lakers just can't get it together, it seems.
Well, Boston has forced them to play the half-court game. They've stopped their running particularly well, and the reason they've been able to stop it is they've pounded the offensive board. It's hard to run unless you get a clean rebound, because the key element is that outlet pass, the first pass on a defensive rebound.
Keep in mind, last year the Celtics had a big lead, and the Lakers came back and won here before Boston came back and won in Los Angeles. Robert Parrish with 19 points now and 14 rebounds, so he has already surpassed his season's average of 18.8. 2.5 minutes remaining, third period. Worthy shot blocked by Parrish. Bird, outlet pass, Maxwell. Max to Ainge. Trailer is Parrish. Celtics with crisp passing. Maxwell tips it in. And the Celtics are beating the Lakers to the boards, both of them. Two minutes to go in the third period. Bird intercepts the pass by Cooper. 3-on-1. Bird. Foul. The place is rocking. Timeout.
Because now they're playing a half-court game. And when they're playing a half-court game, they're not as effective.
James Worthy missed the shot, then commits the loose ball foul. The Lakers, the best shooting team in the NBA, are far from that today.
You know, I talked to Larry Bird last season, and I asked him what got him started. You know, when he got in the game, what got him really into the flow of the game? And he said, Tiny Archibald. And when Tiny's been in there with him today, they have worked spectacularly well together.
Bird has 13 points in this period. Archibald has 14 assists and 8 assists this period. So the Tiny Larry Bird combination has worked here. 24-point lead. The Celtics have it with 1:35 remaining in the third period. Dick Stockton with Bill Russell from rocking Boston Garden. McAdoo, the jump shot. Parrish. They call a foul. Magic Johnson thought that he got a piece of the ball, but the Lakers are hit with the foul. Penalty situation, and Parrish will shoot one in the penalty. Boston has won 11 of 13, and as we said at the outset, they are one game ahead of their pace of a year ago. You probably would think by looking at the standings that the Celtics have slipped dramatically, but the Philadelphia 76ers are having an out-of-sight season.
And it's getting better all the time. For the 76ers, that is.
Moses Malone has done wonders, and a good pass and a shot and a foul. Magic Johnson to Cooper with the bucket. There is Harry Mangurian, the owner of the Celtics, and next to him, of course, Arnold Red Auerbach, the president and general manager.
They work well together. They even like each other.
Red's had a lot of owners here, hasn't he?
He's had almost as many owners as players.
That's not much of an exaggeration either. Nearing 1 minute to go in the third period. 20-point Boston lead, and a steal by Worthy. He's good on the open floor. Flash of quickness by Worthy. And Magic Johnson prevented a basket by knocking the ball away from Maxwell out of bounds.
Now the Celtics got that ball after Worthy made that layup. That ball was down under the Celtic basket in about 3 seconds or less.
Buckner calling the play. He was the Milwaukee Bucks floor general before he was traded to the Celtics, and now they'll call traveling on Bird. It's an 18-point lead right now, Russ. 44 seconds to go, and I think these are important 44 seconds for the Lakers.
If the Lakers can get 2 baskets to nothing, that'll get the game back in the reach.
They can come back. Wilkes, short on the hook. McAdoo misses the shot. Wilkes again. It's good, and a foul. Jamal Wilkes, and don't think he's that slender that he can't battle with the bigger guys inside.
Well, when the game is in a tense situation, he becomes an outstanding rebounder. He comes up with that rebound you don't expect him to get, because you think of him as just moving without the ball and being a shooter, but he can rebound. He's a multiple skilled player. Rookie
of the year in '75, played in a world championship at Golden State before his title years with the Lakers. 15-point lead, 20 seconds to go. So the Lakers know that they're back in this game. They have to continue the pressure. They have a long way to go, but they are known for their spurts. They may be in the middle of one now, and there is Magic Johnson, a 2-on-2, and Ainge with an interception. Ainge prevents the basket. 1 second to go. Buckner shot. Periods of play as we start the fourth period here at the Garden. And Danny Ainge holds Magic Johnson going in. Ainge made a very important play at the end of that period.
Yeah, I thought that was may have been a very important play when he stole the ball after Magic had come up with the block shot and was going for the last basket. Could have been 13 points going in the last quarter instead of 15. And it's 2 points, but it's a big difference, 13 and 15.
Michael Cooper with Magic Johnson, McAdoo, Wilkes, and James Worthy going in. And the rookie from North Carolina misses. Bird the rebound out to Ainge. Lakers are back on defense. Bird to Quinn Buckner, number 28. Built like a football player because he was at Indiana.
And so far in this game, the Celtics have been more effective with their half-court game than the Lakers have. And after the first quarter, neither team has really been able to break as much as they would like to.
Maxwell travels. McAdoo shot. Wilkes comes down with it. So it's still a 15-point game. We haven't had any scoring so far. Nearly a minute gone by. There's the pass. Magic Johnson to Jamal Wilkes, and they've done that countless times.
To watch him move without the ball, it's just an art the way he does it.
The two of them really have that sonar radar, I guess you'd say. McHale outside. Buckner going to the hoop. Behind a Bird. Good pass by Buckner. And it's picked off. Here comes a fast break by Los Angeles.
Stolen by Buckner.
Buckner steals to Ainge. McHale with a jumper. Don't forget to stay tuned for the MVP award at the conclusion of the game. 15-point lead by the Celtics. Minute and a half gone by in the fourth and final period. Wilkes, normally a deadeye, misses. Good pass. Ainge from Larry Bird. Danny Ainge has 12 points, 2 more than his season's average. And another timeout. Seconds remaining, fourth period. 96-79 in favor of the Celtics. They started to open up just before intermission, and they've really widened their lead since then. Larry Bird with 21 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Worthy to Nixon. Lakers need points in a hurry. Out of bounds, still LA ball.
And they almost had it going then. They're starting to, they look like they might have been able to pick the pace up a little bit.
Now with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the leading scorer with 25 coming in the game, does this mean that the pace will be short-circuited somewhat?
Not really. If he hits the defensive boards and gets good outlet rebounds, and then when the break is not there, make the sky hook. You see, what I said earlier might have been misleading when I said if he gets a lot of points, then they're not running. But what he's so great and what makes him so valuable to them is that he can be part of the break, and when you don't have the break, he's always a good safety valve to get a good shot with that sky hook.
Danny Ainge committed the foul, his third of the game. Second team foul on Boston. Bird is guarding Worthy. And McHale the rebound. Quinn Buckner. Maxwell driving. Cooper off balance. Nixon. And James Worthy going inside, and he is fouled. And no, he fouled. They call an offensive foul on Worthy. His fourth.
Shot blockers will make you do those funny kind of things, like swing the other arm to get the shot off. And it's funny, no matter how good you are and how much good coverage you play, and you never get used to that. You go up there and see some guy ready to knock it back in your face.
I guess you've seen a lot of those guys coming at you.
Well, I stopped shooting. I didn't have to worry about it.
I mean the other way. Nixon with Ainge, Michael Cooper, and now Kareem joins the flow. Maxwell and McHale double-team Kareem. A lot of contact going on, and Wilkes. That's the story of the Lakers game in so many respects. Maxwell, and he's called for the offensive foul as he just charged into Cooper. So the foul is on Max.
Now here's Maxwell going in, and Cooper was still moving. But now the reason there was not a foul on Cooper is that he was moving, but he was giving ground.
8.5 minutes to play, fourth period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell from Boston Garden. Boston has dominated L.A.
And a double team on the big guy. And Cooper makes it. Now that's a left-handed pass by Kareem.
Winnings over the years.
And here's that Laker trap.
McHale.
The other guy's on, and they try to close down the middle, so you have to shoot from the outside.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Tiny Archibald has had an outstanding game. Henderson guarded by Cooper. Double team, and Henderson with 1 second. They're not going to get it off, I don't think. Well, they did, but it wasn't the kind of shot you want. So it's the Laker ball with 7:49 to go, down by 15, and I'd have to think they have to make their run now.
Well, you see, the key to why you use that trapping defense is to throw the timing of the other team off, to make them have to worry about keeping control of the ball.
That was Magic Johnson, who has 12 points in the game. Kareem's the high man with 25, and Wilkes quietly has 19. Parrish, Maxwell. And every time the Lakers try to make a run, Celtics come right back. Now Norm Nixon in the lane. Hits the jumper. 13 points. And Henderson on the run comes right back for Boston.
In order to make that run, you can't exchange baskets, though. You've got to, not only do you have to score, but you got to stop the other guys.
Johnson outside. He's the leader of the team. Not quite as flamboyant as he used to be. He settled down considerably. Once in a while you get the showtime, though. Kareem misses the sky hook, and Maxwell has the rebound with 6:45 remaining in the fourth period and a 15-point Boston lead. Archibald in the middle of Parrish. Cooper. Lakers have to still push the ball up, and as you mentioned, stop the Celtics at the other end. Inside Wilkes, blocked by Parrish. Parrish with a clean block, and Henderson.
Bad shot.
And Henderson fouls.
And he knows it. That's why he made the foul.
Jerry Henderson was the Celtic guard when Tiny Archibald was out for 21 games, filled in and did more than admirably. He led the Celtics to an 18-game winning streak.
And the reason I say it was a bad shot, I'm sure he thought he could make that shot. But when you got a team where they are, you make sure. That was not a high percentage shot. And when I say you make sure, you wait, set the offense up, and you take time. You use the clock also.
Parrish blocks Kareem again. Parrish blocked 2 shots now in a row. And now Fitch is saying, quiet down, take it easy, we're in no hurry.
Right, so you want to use the clock up at the time. That's why that's part of the reason I said it's a bad shot, is that there's no defensive rebound. You're not using any time on the clock. And if you got the lead, you want to make time also your ally.
5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Fourth period. It's been 100 to 85 for a long time, and Tiny Archibald ups it to 17. 7 points for Archibald. Plus, the big contribution, 15 assists. 6th all-time NBA. Magic Johnson will go to the line. Foul is on Parrish, number 3, and here's Johnson.
You know, Dick, I've watched a lot of games this season, and the style of basketball in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference is different. I think in the Eastern Conference, it's a much more physical game. I think your teams like L.A., Phoenix, Portland, Seattle are mostly finesse teams. I think your teams like Milwaukee, Boston, Philadelphia, Atlanta, much more physical teams.
Good point.
And you can see it's almost like the difference between the American League and the National League in baseball.
Maxwell to Tiny Archibald. 5:05 remaining in the fourth period. Trapping defense all over the floor. Parrish lost it, and it's L.A. ball. Just under 5 minutes remaining. 102 to 87. Lakers, when they've gone on a spurt, have seen their baskets matched by the Celtics. Kareem stuffs it through for 2.
Say block that one.
So now it's 13 Phoenix Open with Pat Summerall and company following the game. 4 minutes 40 seconds remaining, fourth period. Celtics with a 13-point lead, and now the Lakers can cut it to 11. Cooper to Wilkes, 2-on-1, and Jamal Wilkes misses the layup.
That is a rare occurrence.
And that one hurts.
A lot.
Now the Celtics are beginning to use the time. They'll break only if it's really there. Otherwise, they'll use the clock.
Now, you know, a shot missed like that will hurt in that, and not just if it's a 2-point game, because it may change the whole atmosphere of the game in your comeback efforts.
Well, the Lakers again have a chance to make it 11, and James Worthy is fouled by Tiny Archibald going up.
Now, I think the Celtics may be on their offense when they're into the half-court game, taking a shot a little too quick.
On the line is James Worthy. Between the 7th and 8th grades, he grew from 6 feet to 6'7". I guess that's when everyone kind of knew he was going to be a big guy to play this game.
I bet he was afraid to go to sleep because the world looked different when he wake up every morning.
I mean, he was pretty tall, young to be pretty tall at that age. How tall were you in the 8th grade?
About 5'8".
Oh, yeah, right.
I'm not kidding.
Really?
I wasn't that big.
Parrish 102 to 90. McHale misses a tip, and Boston has a new clock to work with 3:36 to play. 12-point lead. Worthy with 1 of 2. This is where the Lakers have to really show their best defense of the game. Henderson gets inside, tipped up by McHale. This one's good. 16 for McHale. And 11 rebounds. Out of bounds, Boston ball. There's Roby. And Scott Wedman, the newest member of the Celtics, acquired from Cleveland. Rick Roby, who has a back injury.
And they both got excellent seats.
3 minutes to play.
View.
Under 3 minutes, double team McHale. And an offensive foul against Parrish.
Doesn't usually, they call him here.
Doesn't usually show emotion because of that phase, but he did. They have Wilkes and Cooper, Johnson, Worthy, and Kareem. So they have a big team in there.
Now what they have to do is get it inside double-digit.
3-point attempt by Cooper. No good.
Before the 2-minute mark, which is going to be a little tough now.
Trying to get 3 in a hurry. And come up empty with 2:25 remaining. Cooper is all over Tiny Archibald, who's had an outstanding game. And an LA foul. That's only their first team foul of this final period.
But he used valuable time on the clock.
Scott Wedman, Danny Ainge, who's contributed, Gerald Henderson. Celtic bench has been terrific. Archibald to ML Carr. In for defense here. Carr with Parrish on the follow. So the Celtics are going to triumph here. 2 minutes to go. And we have a foul, offensive foul the other way as Tiny was sent sprawling. And Boston will take over. Here's Bob McAdoo, who will check in the game, and Kareem should get a breather the rest of the way. There he goes. Kareem's out of the game. He leaves, having scored 27 points, the game-high score, and 6 rebounds. Under 2 minutes to go. Larry Bird, all over him is Wilkes. Parrish setting a screen on a pick and roll. That's when a player sets a pick and then rolls to the hoop. That's what Parrish did. So the Celtics will make it 12 out of 14 with the matter of time now. James Worthy hits the jumper inside. Worthy has scored 7 points in his first visit to Boston Garden. But it won't be his last.
No, it won't. He'll come back again. And again, and again, and again.
Parrish out to Bird. Carr. McHale. Look at McHale. What timing he has to get the second and third effort. And as Bill Russell said, they're exactly the same height at about 6'9" and the same reach. McAdoo with a close-in bank shot.
He's a good foot jumper. And what I mean by foot jumper, he doesn't have to flex to jump. He can use his arches, really, or just his foot to jump. And that's why he can go up so many times quickly. That's always good for rebounding.
Don't forget, in 2 weeks, the NBA All-Star Game from the Forum in Los Angeles. That's the greatest attraction of the NBA other than the championship series. The greatest stars in the game. And you'll see it all on CBS in 2 weeks. Steal by Magic Johnson with 43 seconds. 14-point Boston lead. A 3-point attempt by Cooper is too hard. Banging off the glass. And the Celtics trying to chew it up. Straight sellouts here in Boston Garden. And this one saw a Celtic victory over the LA Lakers. Stay with us. We've got the Miller MVP to come. ML Carr's turnaround shot is good. And the last shot of the game.
Even intimidating.